Fertile soil, minerals, energy, and strategic advantages are all things that help shape the world we live in today. But did you know that one geological feature is responsible for all of these? It's volcanoes. They shaped not just our physical world, but also the civilizations that now call it home. Throughout history, volcanoes have helped to give rise to some of the most powerful and influential empires in the world. In this video, we're going to explore the relationship between volcanoes and the rise of empires. Let's get into it. Volcanoes create some of the most fertile soils on Earth. So when a volcano erupts and covers an area with volcanic ash, the minerals and nutrients in the ash enrich the soil, making it incredibly fertile for growing crops. This is why the plains around Mount Vesuvius were some of the most fertile land in the Roman Empire. These fertile soils allowed for the growth of wheat, olives, and grapes, which provided food and resources for the empire's growing population. The abundance of food also led to a higher population density in the region, which contributed to the growth and prosperity of cities such as Naples and Rome. In fact, some of the greatest empires in history, including the Inca Empire and the Roman Empire, flourished in areas with volcanic soils. The Inca built their capital city of Cusco in the volcanic highlands of the Andes Mountains. The fertile soils created by the volcanic ash made it possible for the Inca to grow crops at high altitudes, which helped them support a large population and build a thriving city. And the Aztecs established their empire in the Valley of Mexico, which was also rich in volcanic soil. The fertile land supported a large population and provided the agricultural surplus necessary to sustain a complex society. But the benefits of volcanic soil don't stop there. The minerals and nutrients in volcanic ash also make it an excellent fertilizer for crops. This means that farmers in volcanic regions can grow larger and more nutritious crops with less effort, which can lead to increased food production and economic growth. The combination of fertile soils and access to mineral resources has made volcanic regions some of the most desirable places to live and farm in the world. Now let's talk about something else that volcanoes offer: a wide range of valuable resources. Volcanoes are a rich source of sulfur, which has been used for centuries to make gunpowder and fertilizer. Gunpowder is a mixture of sulfur, charcoal, and saltpeter that is used in fireworks, ammunition, and explosives. Fertilizer, on the other hand, is used to make plants grow faster and bigger. In the Middle Ages, for example, farmers would use sulfur from volcanoes to fertilize their crops, which helped them produce more food. Aside from sulfur, volcanoes are also a great source of obsidian, which is a hard, sharp, glassy rock that is perfect for making tools and weapons. Obsidian is created when the lava from a volcano cools quickly, which causes it to crystallize into a hard, brittle material. The Aztecs, for example, used obsidian to make some of the sharpest and most durable tools and weapons in the ancient world. But perhaps the most valuable resource that volcanoes offer is geothermal energy. Geothermal energy is the heat that comes from the Earth's core. It's a renewable source of energy because it's constantly being replenished. Volcanoes are some of the best places to harness this energy because they have a lot of heat coming from the Earth's core. In recent years, geothermal energy has experienced a boom in countries like Iceland and New Zealand. Both countries have harnessed the power of geothermal energy to provide heat and electricity to their citizens. In Iceland, for example, nearly 90% of homes use geothermal energy for heating. In New Zealand, geothermal energy is used to generate electricity, which makes up about 15% of the country's total electricity production. But let's talk about something else that volcanoes offer: strategic advantages. The valuable resources that volcanoes provide have often made them strategically important locations for empires. For example, the Inca built a number of their most important temples and palaces on top of or near volcanoes. They believed that the volcanoes were sacred and that they could protect the empire from invaders. Similarly, the Romans built several of their most important cities, including Pompeii and Herculaneum near Mount Vesuvius. The fertile soils and access to volcanic resources made the area a desirable place to live. Plus, the Romans believed that the volcano was a sign of the god Vulcan, who was the god of fire and metalworking. And then there's Japan, which has been home to several powerful empires throughout its history. Many of these empires built their most important cities on volcanic islands, such as Kyoto and Osaka. The strategic location of these cities gave them control over important trade routes and made it easier to defend against invaders. The Japanese also believed that the volcanoes were sacred, and that they could bring good luck and prosperity to the empire. Volcanoes are also sources of beauty, which has made them popular destinations for tourism and recreation. For example, Mount Fuji in Japan is one of the most popular tourist destinations in the country. Its stunning beauty has inspired countless works of art and literature, and people from all over the world come to hike to the summit or ski down its slopes. But let's talk about something else that volcanoes offer: scientific research. Volcanoes are natural laboratories for scientists studying the Earth's core and the processes that occur beneath the surface. By studying volcanoes, scientists can learn more about the Earth's structure, the composition of the Earth's core, and the forces that shape our planet. They can also study the gases and particles that volcanoes emit, which can help them better understand the atmosphere and the effects of volcanic activity on the environment. Overall, volcanoes offer a wide range of benefits to human civilization. From the fertile soils to the valuable resources, strategic advantages, recreational opportunities, and scientific research, volcanoes have shaped our world in many ways. But it's important to remember that volcanoes can also be dangerous and destructive. Volcanic eruptions can cause widespread damage and loss of life. In 1815, for example, Mount Tambora in Indonesia erupted, which caused massive devastation and killed thousands of people. The eruption also had global consequences, causing climate change and crop failures around the world. And of course, there's the eruption of Mount Vesuvius in 79 AD, which buried the Roman city of Pompeii in ash and pumice, killing thousands of people and destroying much of the city. Despite the dangers, human civilization has often found ways to adapt and even thrive in volcanic regions. The people who lived near Mount Vesuvius, for example, developed sophisticated irrigation systems to water their crops, and they also built shelters and evacuation plans to escape the volcano's wrath. Similarly, the people who lived in the shadow of Mount Tambora, it's clear that volcanoes are a double-edged sword. It can bring both great benefits and great destruction. But human ingenuity and adaptability have often allowed us to harness the benefits of volcanoes while mitigating the risks. I hope you enjoyed learning about the relationship between volcanoes and the rise of empires. If you did, please hit the like button and subscribe if you haven't already. And thank you for watching.